Alright, going to be doing some Patreon requests today, and we're going to start things off with my good friend Chris, aka the Mount Vernon Kid. Chris, thank you once again for this Patreon request and continued patronage. And as always, if you guys would like to have a Patreon request done, just hit the link in the description box below. Head on over to my Patreon, where you guys can hit the third tier. That'll allow you access to do so, as well as check out the other stuff on the other tiers as well. But other than that, let's get started with the video. No, excuse me. So basically what this video is going to be talking about, this request is kind of fun because it's basically like talking about my favorite cartoons based off of movies. See, back in the 80s and 90s, kids, there was a era where if you had a good enough movie, you got a cartoon out of it, no matter how gratuitously violent it was. Yeah, I swear to God, like in the 80s and 90s, it was like just a bunch of people, just a bunch of guys in suits railing a line of coke and going, "I don't care if it's monkeys in space. It sounds goddamn cool. Go do it." That's, yeah, I'm pretty sure that's how Captain Simian the Space Monkeys was made. Anyway, but we're going to be talking about cartoons based off of movies. We've had RoboCop, we've had Rambo, and I think there are a few others that made you go, oh, like Conan the Barbarian. Yeah, because when I think family wholesomeness, I think of when Rambo ripped that guy's throat out, or when RoboCop blew that guy's dick off. Anyway, or, you know, Conan and being Conan. Anywho, so let's talk about some ideas, or not ideas, excuse me, some cartoons that I really like based off of movies. And I can think of no better one than one I have the DVD collection of. And that, ladies and gentlemen, is Godzilla the Animated Series. Godzilla the Animated Series is the sequel to the 1998 movie and was basically everything that was good about the animated series that was supposed to be for the 1998. That's really what I can say about this, is that this cartoon was essentially what the animated series, like what the movie should have been. This series is basically follows the son of Zilla fighting other mutants, and the characters all just kind of heat going around following along. This Mill Creek DVD collection, by the way, sucks. This, like, the quality is no better than what you would see here on DVD, on YouTube rips. And also, the fucking DVDs are in, like, it's not on one disc, it's on multiple discs, but you have to, like, pull it out and pick each disc. You couldn't even, Mill Creek couldn't even, fucking do, like, a flip case one. Jesus. And this is the only way to get Godzilla in physical copy, but I'm glad I got this series in physical copy. Having DVD aside, the series is nothing short of fun. It's a fantastic animated series. I think the fights are really good, and it's basically saved Zilla from being a really awful, kaiju or just a shamed Godzilla. Even though Zilla himself is now getting a bit of a rebrand as of late among Godzilla fans. So, you know, we got that going for us for the most part. So yeah. And we're going to stay with the animation company, which I've forgotten the name, but they also did several other shows based off of movies as well, like the Extreme Ghostbusters. I'm going to lump Extreme and Real Ghostbusters together, because Extreme was the sequel show to Real Ghostbusters, and both were based off of the movie. So that counts. Both Real and Extreme Ghostbusters was a great series that was almost a borderline horror. Remember when Ghostbusters fought Cthulhu? Yeah, Pepperidge Farm remembers. The series also had a lot of great humor to it. It had a lot of great style to the ghosts. There's a lot of great storytelling. And I really liked... and I'm talking about Real Ghostbusters first. There's also the ghosts in Real Ghostbusters was... Some of them were kind of fucking terrifying, really. And then Extreme Ghostbusters went a step further. Do you guys remember the Hellraiser parody episode? Do you guys remember that one? God, those ghosts were freaky as shit. So that one always kind of stuck with me as a kid with the Hellraiser ghost ones. I think you can find like the official Ghostbusters channel has them here on YouTube somewhere, if I'm not mistaken. But yeah, that show is really good, and also I'm pretty sure Kylie Griffin is another reason why people choose goth girls over the most of the time. Don't lie to me, I'm not wrong. Anyway, so following that with the same, I can't remember the animation company's name, but they basically made a little universe of cartoons based off of movies. And the other one being Men in Black. Men in Black also, can we just say, like, Ghostbusters, Extreme Ghostbusters, Godzilla the Animated Series, and this one, and this Men in Black animated series had bangers of intros. Like, they were just absolute slappers. Especially the Men in Black theme. Holy dog shit. The Men in Black animated series it was just gas. That animated series intro was just fucking gas. And the show itself was really cool too. Is it continuity-wise make any sense? No, but I will say that as its own, it's a pretty solid animated show. The alien designs were really cool. There was just so much to like about it. Honestly, there was so much to really enjoy about that series. Yeah, just nothing it was so cool, and also just to see J and K working together was pretty damn awesome. I'm not gonna lie, it was a pretty solid. It was a very solid series. Anyway, so for other animated shows based off of animated series based off of movies, let's go a little further back. Now I'm not going to count either Transformers or G.I. Joe, because those are based off of toy lines. So those don't count. These are like movies specifically. Also, I'm not going to count any of the MCU TV shows, because those are supposed to be their own little Marvel universe. I should have mentioned the rules real fast for this, but whatever, fuck it, it's my show. So as for others, technically this was based off of a movie, so it counts. Jimmy Neutron, Boy Genius. No, really, it counts, because Jimmy Neutron, the movie, came out before the show. Yes, is it is it an hour and a half long pilot to the show? Yes, but still, we still got the it still got an animated series off a movie, so it counts. Don't argue with me. Jimmy Neutron was another, it was just a great animated show, great humor. I also admit that Planet Sheen is hot at garbage. Like, we can all agree Sheen on getting his own show was hot garbage, but when Sheen was playing off of other characters, he was the best. Also, there are some jokes in there that really got away. How did they get past censors is my question. Because there's a goddamn joke in the Jimmy Timmy crossover where Carl asks Wanda and Cosmo to make the villain a version of Jimmy's mom, and she's in a glass jar. Excuse me? Excuse me? Yeah. Speaking of another animated show that came out recently, let's talk about this one, because I think this one counts. Terminator, the new Terminator anime, because it was based off of a movie, so it was an animated series, it thereby counts. Holy shit, I really hope we get a second season for this Terminator series, because, that show has probably been the best of the Terminator anything we've had for a long time. For real, I have not seen a, Terminator franchise give a shit about its IP, while at the same time doing something new and different about it. I didn't know you could do, a new take on an IP without depending on, references and callbacks. Especially in the Terminator franchise, I never thought that was goddamn possible. So, Terminator. I can't. Why am I forgetting the colon title? But whatever. The Terminator anime series it had a lot going against it, but I really, honest to God, hope it gets a second season, because it was a great. It's a great story. Absolutely loved it. So, I feel like I'm forgetting some, but honestly, like those are the ones that really strike out to me as the as my all-time favorites. Yes, there were others like RoboCop and Rambo, but those sucked. Even the Conan the Adventurer one sucked too, even though the Conan theme was pretty cool. But Rambo, RoboCop, those weren't exactly kid friendly. Plus, the animated series, clearly they did not give a shit. They did not. There was zero fucks given. At least in the '90s cartoons, there was like some effort to keep in line with the movie. And with Extreme Ghostbusters, at least they were giving a lot of love to the original, '80s cartoon. So, you know. Anyway, so you guys tell me in the comments below, what were some of your favorite animated series based off of cartoons? Or based off of movies, excuse me. Favorite animated shows based off of movies. Just comment below, let me know. I'd also like to thank, once again, my friend Chris. Brother, thank you once again for this Patreon request and continued patronage. And like I said, if you'd like to have a Patreon request done, just hit the link in the description box below. Head on over to Patreon, hit the 3rd tier. They'll allow you access to do so. But other than that, hope you all enjoyed this. I'm Mr. Multiverse. I'll see you next time in the Multiverse.